I'm sitting here. I'm Chris Harris, and this is the Patches McLean Show. We're gonna take a quick second to go close these two doors right here. Serious sound coming in, but yeah. As I said, Chris Harris, Patches McLean Show. I'm sitting here with my special guest of the night, Connor Townsend. Now, Connor, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. It's just another great day to be alive. Now, as previous episode, we were talking about recent news, and once again, we're going to talk about recent news. So, as you're familiar with, Donald Trump was elected to be the next president of the United States, along with Vice President Mike Pence. Are you familiar with this?
I am familiar with this, yes.
Right, and where do you stand on this? If you would not like to discuss your political opinion, you do not have to.
I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I voted for Gary Johnson, but I'm optimistic and hope he does well.
Right, okay. So are you familiar with this campaign?
I am, yes.
Okay. One of his campaign notes was he discussed plans to strengthen our border. As you know, illegal immigration is a failed, and now Donald Trump's trying to take his turn at it.
Mm-hmm.
So what he proposed doing in the border, and how do you feel about this?
I'm not sure it's the best way to combat illegal immigration. I think I bet there are probably some better options out there, but if it does work, it does. And I think the biggest issue with it would be the cost related.
The cost, yeah. Cost is a big issue, and he as he said during his campaign, he was going to build the wall and have Mexico pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there just a statement that really fired up some people? They didn't think it could be done. They didn't think it was going to work. Now, how would you feel as an American taxpayer having to pay for this wall out of your own pocket?
It would be a little bit of a sore feeling. I'm going to be honest, considering I don't support it. But if it goes through the proper legislative ways to enforce the law, then I would be okay with paying for it.
I definitely agree with you. But Donald Trump, along with Vice President Michael Pence, proposed that they're going to have Mexico pay for this wall. And how they propose doing that is they're going to charge a tariff on all Mexican imports that go to the United States. So everything Mexico makes, 20% more.
I gotcha.
You know the value of a dollar, don't you?
I do.
So $1 is about 100 pennies.
Mm-hmm.
Not about, it is 100 pennies. So imagine 20 more cents for every dollar you spend.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to make a lot of Mexico's exports go up in cost.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico's largest exports. Are you familiar with them?
I know there's quite a large amount of agriculture, and I'm pretty sure they have a pretty big foothold in the textile industry.
You're not wrong. They are very, very big in the textile industry. Agriculture, though, is further down their list. It's about number 10. They do export lots of avocados, lots of fruits, produce, stuffs of that sort. Another big exporter is maize. Familiar with maize?
I've heard of it. I'm not 100% sure what
maize
it is.
Maize is a fancy term for corn.
Corn, gotcha.
That's what maize is. Make a lot of tortilla chips, stuff of that nature. A lot made in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, number one export I'm not sure you're familiar with is automobiles.
Automobiles.
Ford and Dodge, Chrysler, GMC, Ram. They all have plants down there.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, they've made plans to close these plants and move them back into the United States. But you know what number 6 on the list of Mexico's largest exports is?
I do not know.
Furniture.
Furniture. Okay.
Furniture, like the chairs we're sitting on, this beautiful hardwood table in front of us. Furniture. Very large export.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna just give you some numbers on how big of an industry this is in Mexico. Since 2011, furniture exports to the United States from Mexico has grown 65.2% in just a span of 6 years. It's pretty impressive, would you say not?
That's a huge increase in only a span of 6 years.
Big, huge increase. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Are you familiar with that?
I wasn't, but I am now.
Yeah, very, very nice story. Huey, who is my previous guest on the show, his parents actually own a furniture store, so he's very familiar with the business and the industry. Are you?
I am not, no.
You are not. What do you know about the furniture industry?
I know everyone needs furniture, so it's probably has a pretty large value.
Yeah.
I did not know that a lot of our furniture came from Mexico, though. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting fact. But yeah, like you said, everybody does need furniture, so there's always going to be a demand for furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And with this 20% tariff, what do you think that's going to do to the cost of furniture?
It's gonna make it go up.
Just Mexican furniture or furniture from all over?
Um,
Because we still
I
import furniture from various countries such as Italy
mm-hmm.
for more finer furniture. China, a lot of
I
IKEA products are from there.
mm-hmm.
And even in the United States, there's a lot of custom-made furniture. So do you think this 20% tariff is not really going to affect the price, or do you think that it'll affect the price because we import such a large amount of our furniture from Mexico?
I think the other countries that we import from and the furniture made in the United States will go up in price, but not as dramatically as the Mexican imported stuff.
So you think the Mexican imported stuff will only go up in price and not other countries' furniture?
They will go up, just not as dramatically.
Right, and I can see why you think that, but with such numbers coming in, as a 65.2% growth,
Mm-hmm.
and it being one of Mexico's largest exports to the United States, and us importing most of our furniture from Mexico, I think that it would very, very highly likely have a direct impact on the cost of furniture coming in from other countries, because other countries aren't as embedded into the furniture production industry.
I agree.
Right. And so many people here are in fear that they're going to have to pay more for their nice tables or their leather couches or these fine leather chairs that we're sitting on. But me, I see a business opportunity. Do you see where I'm headed?
I do not know.
Well, Connor, what I'm proposing is that we take advantage of this opportunity here. And instead of weeping and moaning over the cost of furniture going up, we ourselves get into the furniture production industry. We make furniture ourselves. Because the cost of materials to produce this furniture, such as wood, leather, fabric, metal, that's steady. That's not going up. You know what minimum wage is right now?
I do not.
Very cheap. Very, very cheap. That's why I see a great opportunity for us to manufacture furniture here in the United States. And I think people would be willing to pay more for furniture manufactured in the United States just because it says made in the USA on it.
I do.
Right. And that's why people are such attracted to things with such American-made automobiles, American-made appliances, American-made whatever it be. Because they know that there's going to be quality and integrity and you're supporting the American economy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we can combat these prices as Mexico's will grow more, which is the appeal to a lot of people as they say, oh, I want this because it's going to be cheaper. We can still pay our workers minimum wage, make the same product of better quality, and sell for the same, if not at a lower price, and maximize our profits. Now, do you think that this industry would apply to be suitable to the American economy and the average Americans?
I do. I think if you could get people to work for the minimum wage, then it would be a very good business plan.
Yeah, minimum wage is not a problem as we have lots of people here that are searching for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that'll be an issue. But who do you think is going to be the number one consumer of our product?
People in America, if it's being manufactured here.
Right. And do you see any possible things that will get in the way of this business?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Just dive deep. There's got to be one.
Dive deep. Things that could get in the way of this industry. Maybe a material shortage or.
Right. And so, but that can all be avoided. So there's really not much that'll be affecting us because with this industry, we'll be able to sell better quality product at a cheaper price by taking advantage of this tariff and taking over one of Mexico's largest exports, manufacturing here in the United States, and selling it for a cheaper cost. And the supply furniture, we can meet it. Demand, you think it'll be there?
Of course, yeah. Everyone always needs new furniture.
I'm really glad that we can agree on this topic. And I would just like to close this by saying that it was a pleasure to have you as a guest here.
It was a pleasure to be on the show.
Right? Well, this is Patches McLean signing off. Connor Townsend. I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.